What's up, Ocean? You got Matt here, coach of your Montreal Milotic, bringing you another Pokemon Wi-Fi battle. Today we are here for the semifinals of the BBL, and I'm pretty excited for it, but I'm also ridiculously nervous. My luck, my play, my building just has not been on the level it should be as of late, and we're in a playoff game against arguably our worst matchup in the entire BBL. And that's going to be against Jesse 504 and his Ann Arbor Cellwars, who just destroyed me with a Garchomp last time around. If you guys want to skip the team builder though, there is a timestamp on the screen and in the description. I cannot speak today, but let's go ahead and jump into it. Looking at the matchup, he has a Garchomp, but he's also got Xerneas and Celesteela, so a nasty Fairy Dragon Steel Core. We all kind of looked at this team after the draft and was like, wow, this is really good, and you can kind of see why. Rotom Wash with the Incineroar as an amazing defensive duo is great, but then paired that with the top three, which can all be defensive in their own right, it's really nice. Azelf is there as a nice fast rocker, fast taunter, a fast breaker in general. There's a Spectrier, which again forces dark types and normal types to come in this fighting type is not necessarily the best Pokemon in the world. It's still a really confident one in Lucario. It's fast, it's hard as hell, and is really just good in the matchup against me overall. Tangela is there. I don't expect it to come considering I have Kyurem with Freeze Dry, I have Dragon Pulse with potential Hex or Fire Blast, Prim gets Ice Beam, Moonblast can do a ton anyways, Arcanine is there for effective stab damage, same with Vileplume, and Solgaleo does get coverage for it, and it gets knockoff as well to break through via Violite. Wobbuffet is definitely a possibility. I just don't think it's super likely considering that a lot of my Pokemon either get momentum, ways to really wear it down, or are Ghost type. So I feel pretty good. But let's go ahead and jump into it. But actually, wait, before we do that, I'm expecting to see a Xerneas, a Garchomp, a Rotom Wash, a Incineroar. Those four, I think, are coming 100%. After that, I think it's going to be a combination of the next four being Celesteela, Azelf, Spectrier, and Lucario. If I have to put money on it, I'd probably say Lucario comes. I'd probably say that Azelf comes. If one of those two don't come, it's going to be probably Celesteela in its place, to be honest. But let's go ahead and jump on into it. So starting with our first mon. This team is very similar, by the way, to the previous one that we had, and we're bringing a very similar Solgaleo. Solgaleo is our first mon with the Shucca Berry this week. Last time I think we had, I can't remember exactly what we had. We might have had the Casa Berry or something like that for the potential Spectrier, but the Shucca Berry is here this time around, so we can take a Garchomp's Earthquake, which is the main focus. Sunsteel Strike hits the Xerneas for amazing damage. Even if I'm burnt, I can do half to it at the bare minimum in certain situations, depending on the set. Knockoff is super free against the Xerneas because I can get rid of potential Choice Scarf, so that way my Dragon Pulse outspeeds it, and same thing for a +1 Kyurem. I can get rid of potential leftovers or Light Clay on the Rotom, get rid of the Power Herb on the Celesteela, Scarf or a Band on the Garchomp. Just getting knockoff off on this team is really nice, especially also against something like a Boots Incineroar, well, not Boots Incineroar, but Assault Vest Incineroar is definitely kind of one of the important things here in this matchup. Close combat is there over Flare Blitz because, again, I don't think Celesteela is as likely to come, and with this, I can actually go for a knockoff into close combat and do a ton of damage to the Celesteela, and it also does more damage to the Rotom and also to the Incineroar, which is pretty important in this matchup. And Morning Sun is for recovery because this Pokemon does decently check a Xerneas, and the investment that we have in its investment, well, in its speed rather, is for a Lucario or an Adamant Garchomp. We also take Modest Spectrier's Scarf Shadow Ball, and we take Adamant Garchomp's Earthquake. That's actually without our berry, which is nice. And we take 2 Timid Specs Xerneas Moonblasts, it's Specs, which is nice, and 3 of them if it's Scarf, I believe. And we do take Timid Life from Azelf's Fire Blast on top of that. Our next mon is going to be shout out to Aquarius. Aquarius and I played recently. I had a Garchomp. She had a Primarina, so we're bringing the exact Primarina that she brought. We're a very similar one. We're running Air Balloon Prim with Moonblast, Scald, Flip Turn, and Encore. Encore is there in case of a random setup set on something like, I guess, Celesteela or Xerneas or Azelf or Spectrier or whatever. But basically the main focus here is Moonblast to break the Garchomp, Scald to burn other things. If I get Scald burns, it's going to make my Pulse so much more free. Flip Turn for momentum. Pretty free against a Garchomp that is potentially choice locked into a Dragon or a Ground move because I do have my Air Balloon. Got to keep it in the back for that. My investment with this set allows me to take a Jolly Chomp's Life Orb Poison Jab with Rocks. We also take, with that, we also are going to be able to, well, let's try this again. Wait, yeah, we take that hit, and then that's actually it. That's the only thing I actually prepped for, invested for rather, on the physical defense side. Everything else is just gravy. The main focus, though, is that we have a little bit of speed, enough for potentially a slow Incineroar to be able to Scald that thing and really break it, which is going to be very nice, especially if we can weaken Garchomp early on. It's going to be very useful for me. And then Flip Turn again is just fantastic in the matchup. It's really good. It's really important to have because I don't want to be locked in against something like the Rotom or something like the Celesteela or whatever it's going to be. Yeah, our next mon is going to be Juan, our Kyurem Black here. This is the exact same investment set that I had the first time around, except this time I believe we are on the Roselli Berry with the Babiri Berry. Viri is there for potential Bullet Punch from Lucario, or Meteor Mash, or Celesteel's Heavy Slam, or Flash Cannon, which is pretty important in this matchup. I'm not going with Boots this time, even though Boots was my downfall last week, or the first time around, because I don't need them. I'm running Defog this week, so I'm bringing Mandibuzz. Fusion Bolt is, again, really good against the team, hits the Celesteela for fantastic damage. If it's not like physically defensive, it takes at least half, which is awesome. Freeze Dry is there because it does more to the Rotom at all times, which is, again, amazing, unless I believe we're at +1, and then Fusion Bolt can do more to it, which is nice. Iron Head is good for the Xerneas because we want to chip that thing down as well, and if I get the Dragon Dance off, it's going to be great, and we can do like 70% to Xerneas at the bare minimum. The investment that we have in our speed allows me to outspeed Lucario. We take Specs. Nope, we don't do that anymore. I was going to say we take Specs, Timid, Moonblast from Xerneas. Not anymore. We do always 2KO Xerneas creeping Solgaleo with Iron Head after leftovers, and we take a non-boosted Jolly Garchomp's Dragon Claw from full, and we also always OHKO Garchomp creeping Solgaleo with Freeze Dry, and we also always 2KO Max HP Rotom with Freeze Dry with leftovers, and we take a modest Spectre Shadow Ball after Rocks. Our next mod is going to be Genora, our Mandibuzz. This is fully physically defensive this week, and it's there for Garchomp. The main thing is I want to be able to take as many hits from Garchomp as possible because that Pokemon is a massive threat. And as much as I want to have some special defense investment for Spectre potentially, or even I guess for Special Celesteela, it's basically I need to have a way to check that Garchomp if something happens to Prim, or if the worst case happens. I really want to have Foul Play on the set over Knockoff, but I just don't have the room. I just don't have the room. I need to have Knockoff. I need to have U-Turn because potential Xerneas switching in, or Celesteelas, or Rotoms, or whatever. I need to have Defog for Rocks. It's super important. And Roost is obviously Roost. Without Roost, this Pokemon can't check the Pokemon that I want to check. So yeah, but it's okay. This investment I think is going to do pretty well. It can take multiple hits from multiple different things. Does less than half, takes less than half from a Spectreer's modest Hex if I'm burnt, which is awesome. And we also take 2 non-banded Stone Edges from the Garchomp, which is amazing. Our next mon is going to be Boomy, our Lycanroc Dusk. Now, this Pokemon here, I believe if I made one play early on in the game against Jesse, the first time we played, which is going to be for either Close Combat or Fire Fang on the very obvious switch out into the Lucario, this Pokemon would have been doing fantastic in the matchup. But I didn't. This time around, I'm going to do a bit better. Close Combat, very good in this matchup, of course. Iron Head is there for the Xerneas. It's very important to have a way to hit that thing super effectively, or at least with good damage, since the other moves I have were either weak or resisting. Crunch is there for something like the Azelf, the Spectrier, which is really good damage in general, and also a no drawback play against something like Rotom, where I don't have to take the drop in my defenses. Cell Rock is there for something like the Incineroar, but also can get it, like, pick off an extra hit off on something like a Scarf Xerneas, a Azelf, or even a Spectrier really is the main focus here with that set. The investment on this set is there for the Garchomp. That is the main focus. We have max, or not max, but a good amount of special defense investments. So we can take a Scarf Spectreer's Shadow Ball, I believe it was. And that's, again, really the focus for this Lycanroc. It was my lead in all my mocks but one, and the other lead was going to be Dragapult, and we're going to see how that goes. It depends on if I see, well, it depends on what I see. I'll be honest. If I don't see any, let's say, Spectre, I probably lead off with Dragapult because it's not as necessary to be able to revenge kill Spectre if it's not Scarfed, so that is something. Our next one is going to be said Dragapult. We're running Habonberry this week. Hex, Dragon Darts, U-Turn, and Willows. The same 4 moves I had the first time around. The first time, though, I was creeping Max Speed Spectre, and Spectre didn't even show up. Now I'm creeping Modest Spectre. It also happens to creep a non-max speed Jolly Incineroar at +1. So that is something. If it's like, even not, just if it's just not max speed, I'll outspeed it at +1, which is nice. Willows is fantastic. The problem is, there's a bit of a 50-50 going on here. Is he going to go hard into Xerneas? Is he going to go hard into Celesteela or into Incineroar? There's like 3 options potentially, and Willows is good against 2 of them. Dragon Darts is the objectively better play against one of them, but it's terrible against the other 2. So I need to make sure I get that play right, and depending on if I get those play right or wrong, it will kind of determine the outcome of the game, I think. The investment that we have, again, is for Modest Spectrier. Really didn't want to focus on anything else, I think. The investment we also have allows me to take Life Orb Garchomp's Earthquake. We OHKO Garchomp with our Dragon Darts because we are now running, well, enough investment to actually do so. We do 2KO a non-leftover Xerneas with Hex if it is burnt, and we also have enough investment. Oh, and it's creeping for max special attack Solgaleo. So it has to creep for max special attack Solgaleo and be burnt, and we will 2KO it with the Hex, which is very nice. We do take a modest Celesteela's +1 Flash Cannon or a Meteor Beam. We also 2KO a no bulk burn Celesteela with the Hex, and we 3KO the same Celesteela with special defense investment instead. And we also have Clear Body this time because of the Incineroar. I would love to run Infiltrator, it's just I can't. There's Incineroar around. It just doesn't make sense for me to do. So yeah, that is going to be our team for this week's battle. I am very nervous, like I was saying. I'm hoping we can get the W. We will see. Long team builder, but I I am nervous. We're going to say secret word of the day is going to be sushi, okay? Let's get it, guys. It's time to battle. All right, everyone, we are back, and he brings the exact same 6 as he brought last time, which is awesome for me. Also, it's tomorrow, by the way. We ended up not playing last night when I recorded the team builder. But let's go and mark down what he brings. But this is good. Same 6 as last time is interesting. Definitely, I expect it to be a special Xerneas this time. A similar Garchomp that's going to be able to switch up its moves. I don't expect a choice item. Incineroar, I expect it to be defensive. Mortem Wash, same deal to handle my Solgaleo. Lucario is going to be physically offensive with Bullet Punch. I'm probably a Light Form, and then Azelf will probably be the lead of choice here. I'm just going to try and double check quickly that Pult actually OHKOs the Azelf with the investment that I have. Dragonite is not a guaranteed KO, so I'm actually not going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to lead off with Boomy. I can lead off with Pult still. I think Pult's solid, especially if he goes into Azelf. Is that what's good for me? Does that help me out? He doesn't know if I'm banded or not. I really want to lead with Pult. I'm leading Pult. I'm leading Pult. Unless he specifically leads with Incineroar or Xerneas, I am fine. Alright, it is time to battle, so we're going to see, do we come out on top? Can we overcome one of the more difficult matchups that we would have in the BBL this season? Alright. There's a Cramorant there. A lot of people with Cramorants as their little card thing. We're going to see a lead of, hopefully, Azelf. 3 wishes, that is Azelf. Perfect. So I can go for a U-turn here. I'm going to go for U-turn and not Dragon Darts because I don't believe that he's going to either stay in, which is something, so I'm going to go for the U-turn. If I'm offensive, I'm bandit, he could drop to Dragon Darts. Just switches out, good, so we got a free U-turn. Hopefully it's Incineroar here. Infamous, that's the Incineroar. Very good. Okay, so what is my play? Let's also calc this. Dragapult against Incineroar. Defensive, level 50, we do, oh what, 10%? 10% with U-turn? That's physically defensive. Yeah, I'm very confident that's physical defense. I can go into Prim here to scare it out. I can go into Boomy, which I think honestly might be my best play, because I believe Lycan Rock should still KO. It's a roll, it looks like, if it's max defense. But I do think that this is my play. It's the best option that I have. I kind of just scare everything out. What is he going to go into? Like, what comes in to check this? Nothing. The answer is nothing. So, we're going to go for the close combat. Super free. And we outspeed the entire team as well, which is awesome. Except for Azelf, I forgot to mention. We don't outspeed Azelf. He could easily go Azelf right now, which is fine. Obviously not the best, but we're going to see a hard switch. Vitality, that is the Xerneas, looks like. Yeah. Okay. Some pretty decent damage there. 25%. Like Rock Dust against Xerneas. Does that give me any information here? I mean, that actually could have some investment. I think that does have a good bit of investment HP. The question is, like, do I risk the attack right now? I don't know if I do early on. I could go hard into Appa, which I think honestly is the play. If he's offensive, that's fine. I believe that this thing, for physical moves, it still gets close combat, Night Slash. Doesn't get Earthquake. We switch out first, which means we're faster. If he switches out, we're going to see a Thunder. So special. Thunder will do, what, a third? A bit more than that? Yeah, about a third. So no burn here, which is nice as well. I can go for a knockoff. Or no burn, no paralysis. I'm going to go for a knockoff here, get rid of whatever item this thing might have. Potential Scarf, get rid of leftovers on Rotom maybe, which would be nice. Yeah. If I see Rotom come in, I really want to just go hard into some like Pult or whatever, but everything on my team has physical coverage, which is not good. So we're going to get a nice fat knockoff against this. Very good. Get rid of the leftovers. That is defensive, we're pretty sure, right? Rotom Wash, level 50 against my Solgaleo. Knockoff, 35 to 41 with max HP. That's like a 25, it's defensive, physically defensive. I don't want to risk taking a Will-O-Wisp, I really don't. I can go to this thing here, but it's not really worth my while. I probably, honestly, I want to go Boomy, I think. If Boomy catches a burn, is that the end of the world for me? No, it's not. If it goes for a Volt Switch here into the Lucario. It's not great, but I think I still can manage, so. I think I still manage. I'm hoping we see, honestly, just not a Volt Switch. There's no real good play for me here. Volt Switch. As you go hard to Lucario. If I stayed in, I would have been in a pretty good spot there, but we'll see. Lucario's going to come in. Lucario will get the KO on me from this range. In general, Lucario's just so scary against my team. It's so scary for me to deal with. There's the furry bait, Lucario. He did not change up I don't think he changed up anything except for going special Xerneas. I can go into Genora here. I think that kind of has to be my play. I'm going to go hard into Genora on the potential Bullet Punch, because close combat will KO. So Mandibuzz against Lucario. Swords Dance. We see a Bullet Punch. Good. 217 down to 182. Not very much damage. That's good for me. Close combat against me will do under half. I can go for the U-turn. And then I'm going to get into a better matchup. We're going to see a Stone Edge. Okay, kind of ignored Stone Edge a bit, but it's okay. We still eat it. That's fine. This Pokemon is a huge threat. I still have Prim in the back for the Garchomp, so I'm not too concerned about them. There's no... we did not see the... What is it called? Spectre. So I'm a little bit okay with letting go of this Pokemon. We do outspeed with Solgaleo, and we kind of smack it in the mouth, which is nice. Nothing really switches in well to close combat, so I'm going to go for close combat here. And we see an Azelf, that's fine. That's fine. I just would like to make sure I can get rocks off my side of the field in a pinch. So we're going to go for the close combat here. Nothing switches into this very well. We're going to see a switch out into what? Step Rotom. Okay, this thing has already taken like 25%. Can we do 75% total with 2 hits from close combat? Doesn't look like it, unfortunately. Really doesn't look like it. I'm going to go probably hard into Boomy here. Kind of have to. We're getting this thing chipped down, which is important, but haven't gotten to it yet. If we see a Volt Switch come out again, that's fine. Pain Split. I'm okay with this, actually. It's not too much recovery it gets back. We actually lose only 10 points of health, which is, again, is completely fine for me. We can go for a close combat. I believe it'll do more to the Rotom than any other attack would, so let's go to Rotom Wash. 50. Again, we assume it's physically defensive with an impish nature. We're going to go to Lycanroc Dusk. We should do 47 to 56 at the bare minimum. We could expect something else to come in. And honestly, I kind of do. It's like, do I go for Iron Head on the Xerneas potential switch in? Crunch on the I think Iron Head honestly is the play. It gives me damage on, I mean, it's only 7% on this Rotom. It just depends on, do we expect him to stay in? I'm going to go for the close combat. I'm going to go for the close combat. If he switches out, he switches out. So be it. He switches out. Behemoth. That is the Garchomp, it looks like. Very good. So we get the most strong attack we can possibly get on the Garchomp that we have access to right there. That's great for us. Now the question is, we're going to take Rough and Rocky Helm, Rough and Life Orb now. So we're going to be probably dying to the next. We took 18 from that plus 13 from Life Orb. So we should take this next hit. We can guarantee if it's Scarf right now, what would come in here? What would come in here? I think going for the Iron Head is probably my play. Iron Head is the safest bet. It still will do enough to KO, that's for sure, based on the damage we did with that. So I'm going to go for the Iron Head. We'll find out right away if he's Scarfed. It'll give us that information right now. And if he goes hard into Xerneas, he switches out. Go Xerneas. Go Xerneas. Ooh. Damn it. Okay. Alright. This thing could easily go for an attack on me. Do I want to preserve this? Do I want to preserve this Pokemon? If I go Appa, how much does Appa take from Lucario? And if I lose it, do I just lose the game? Lucario against Solgaleo. Bullet Punch from Life Orb. Jolly will do 10%. I'm gonna risk it. I'm gonna risk it for the biscuit. Please see a Bullet Punch. Please see a Bullet Punch. Very nice, Bullet Punch. This is 10% at the very most. Very good, we're still over half. I can now probably freely go for a close combat again. So we're going to go for the close combat here. We're going to go for close combat here. So far, a really back and forth game. Everyone's like, we're both trying to just be really, really aggressive, and I'm much happier with my play so far than I was in the previous time we played him. So we're going to see what is he going to go into here. 3 wishes. Makes sense considering that there is a resist right here, and he can get up rocks. And he can get up rock. We're going to go for close combat, do very little damage. That feels like it's not very much. Azel. 50. Yeah, I think it's defensive. Okay, well, we're going to switch out now anyways. I don't want to not take this hit. I can go into Boomy. I don't think Boomy's the right play here. I should take a hit from rocks. Do I actually? It does 1/16, I believe it is. So let's actually do this math. So calculator. We have what, 149 divided by 16. Is that right? Or is it divided by, oh, times 16%. It's 12%. 149 times, what, 1 divided by 12? Divided by 12. 12 points of health. I should take this hit. I'm going to go into Xerneas here, I believe, is what I want to do. That's kind of, I don't really know what else I should be doing in this situation. I don't want to lose my Solgaleo. That's pretty important here. And we just go for a knockoff. So 62 down to 40. We're going to find out right now if it's Life Orb. Okay. This should go and get a KO on me right now. I kind of just have to go for the Roost and hope, I think. And hope I can live this hit. Flamethrower comes out. So it's going to take more chip. But we lose our ground immunity right now, which hurts a little bit for Garchomp. But considering that Garchomp's already really weakened, it's nice for us. I can go into Pult now. I have a free Dragon Darts, I believe. Or is it U-turn, I think? I think my play is going for U-turn on this thing. It's at about 50% Dragapult against Azelf. We do 65 to 77 to no bulk Azelf. And in comes our U-turn. So first Mon goes down and it's Mandibuzz. We're going to see a double. In comes Infamous, that's fine. Once this thing is gone, then I can go for Will-O-Wisp freely with this Pokemon. So we're going to do another 10-ish% to this Pokemon now, which is nice. I feel like I'm playing well. I just feel like his team's so oppressive, and it's going to keep me on the back foot for so long. But everything is chipped. Everything is chipped. I can risk going into Katara. I don't think it's the right play. I think going Boomy is the call here. And we have a free close combat. If he goes Garchomp, he loses his Garchomp. Which means that Prim gets freed up a little bit. And is he gonna give it to us? Is this gonna KO? It's gonna KO. That's awesome for us. Wow. I'll take it. I'll take it. First KO in the books. It means I can Will-O-Wisp now freely and get burns on something like the Xerneas for Hex, which is nice. But I only have 1 hit left in me for Lycanroc. Nothing else. And he could easily decide to go into Azelf and click an attack. But what he's going to go into is Lucario. Do I value an extra 10% of damage? Because he can expect me to go hard with Solgaleo. And like, what does that do for him? It does nothing for him. Knockoff's not going to do anything to Lucario, I believe. Let's go take a look at Solgaleo against Lucario. Level 50. Knockoff does 26 to 31. So maybe I do value this damage. Because it's going to take about 10% from the Accelerock, I believe. About that, right? 11 to 14. He's going to take 10% from Life Orb. He'll be in range of Knockoff. So I'm going to go for the Accelerock here to put it in range of Knockoff. Which kind of frees me up a little bit. It is... Yeah, it's going to be in range. It's going to be in range. Oh no, it's not. I forgot about the... He's not taking bullet punch damage now. Shit. Okay, well, and he went for close combat too, so I could have gotten the KO on this. Instead, I didn't, which is unfortunate. But I can go into... Well, we haven't confirmed if the Xerneas is Scarf or not yet. But I think I have to go into Appa. But right now, Azelf is chipped. We know it's not Scarfed. Incineroar is gone. Rotom is weakened. Garchomp is weakened. Xerneas, I have to find out if it's Scarf or not right now. That's important. We do... Solgaleo does 26 to 31 with the knockoff here. Is that my play? Because if he doesn't keep this around, he has a hard time dealing with... I can kind of be fucked up for Xerneas if I don't keep this around right now. Is this the play or is it Sunsteel Strike? I think the play might be Sunsteel Strike. Because what he has left, Rotom will die to a close combat after. Everything else dies to Sunsteel Strike. So I think my play is Sunsteel Strike here. He's going to stay in. This should get the KO. This is 40 to 47 to no HP investment. So this will get the KO here. And we keep our HP high, which is nice. Good. Or high-ish. Alright. I imagine he goes Garchomp here, and he clicks Earthquake. Goes to Step Rotom instead. Okay. Oop, almost clicked an attacking. Did not want to do that. I think my play here is honestly go Kyurem. Freeze Dry is pretty good against everything else, and it also has the least amount of utility, I think, against the rest of the team. I go into Kyurem. I just can't risk a Will-O-Wisp right now. If he goes for Pain Split, that would suck. But we have Freeze Dry to do a ton of damage to this thing. Foul play. That's fine. We'll take a good chunk, but not enough to really scare me. Here I can Freeze Dry. I can Fusion Bolt too. What is the play? Because Fusion Bolt, if he goes into Garchomp, I'm kind of messed up. Freeze Dry will KO from this range. If he goes into Xerneas, it does less damage to Xerneas. Let's Stab. I mean, I have a lot of investment in everything else. I think my play is going to go for a Freeze Dry here. Nothing resists it, so Freeze Dry is the play. And we're going to see. And he's going to give us the Rotom, it looks like. Awesome. Beautiful. So we have freed up a lot more our Solgaleo. Right now there's an Azelf left over, there's a Garchomp without speeds, and there's a Xerneas. Whew. All of which are spooky. All of which are spooky. He doesn't know what my set is though. We see Vitality come out. As much as I want to keep this around, I can't. I just can't. It's not worth my while to risk taking an attack, so I'm going to go for the Iron Head here. I don't need this Pokemon anymore. We're going to see Moonblast come out, which is fine. That's fine. This will get the KO on me. If I was Roselli Berry, I think I actually might have lived that hit, depending on investments. Anyways, I can go into Solgaleo now. Once again. For my recollection, oh, Sunsteel Strike does make contact. That's okay. That's okay. I'm going to go for the Sunsteel Strike. He needs to choose a sack here. He's choosing a sack here unless he's specifically Babiri Berry on the Xerneas. This is a good game. It is coming down to the wire. Been clean too as well, so we'll take that. Damn, yeah. We live this hit as well. Switches out, so he's going to sack off either Garchomp or Azelf. He sacks off Garchomp. Okay, so Prim got freed up. Prim has been freed up, which is important. Prim has been freed up. We're going to take Rough Skin here. We're under half. But that's okay. We should be able to take one attack from that Xerneas. Rocky Helmet is what, 18%? Or Rough Skin is what, 18%? It's 1/8. So let's go to see my stat distribution. It was at 219, I think, is my investment. Divided by 8 is 27 points of health. So we had, what, 219 minus 92, now plus 27. I was at 154 before. And let's go do the math. So 154 to Xerneas. Going for Thunder against me to bring me down that low. Wait, got a calculator again. 219 minus 154 is 65. It's not fully invested. Focus Blast can do a good chunk to me, right? Focus Blast. I think my play might be the Morning Sun here. Is that the play? I went a Morning Sun. Get some recovery back. Figured out. Focus Blast. It connects. Do we live? If it's timid, it's 90 at most. Let's go. Okay. Okay. Very good. Very good. Very good. Very good. Come on. Come on. Come on. Let's go for Sunsteel Strike. Now we got some health back. Sunsteel Strike this thing. If he swaps into Azelf, that's good for me. He's going to switch out. This should be a dead Azelf. This should be a dead Azelf. Oh my god. Come on. Come on. This is gone. There's no way this lives. And even then, I go hard into Prim. Prim is useless to me anyways now. Come on. There we go. 1 kill left. And we're on to the finals. No way. Come on. Holy shit. I feel like I have played this game so well. I feel like I have not played a game this well in a long time. We take any hits. If he was timid, by the way, that Focus Blast never KO'd. If he was modest, I mean, there was a chance. But we're going to go for it anyways. I think it was a chance in our favor to live anyways. Moonblast comes out. We take this hit. We got Prim in the back. Sunsteel Strike. Babiri Berry. Not Babiri. This should be a dead Xerneas. Is it? Please die. Please die. There's no way you should be living this hit. I think you're scarfed. Oh my god. Let's go. Oh god. Thank you. Wow. Oh, it's a beautiful 3-0 win. We played that game perfectly. I don't know what other plays I could have made that would have been like a better situation. Obviously, I could have close combated the Lucario in that situation against the went for a Cell Rock, but my play was to put it in range of knockoff or into any attack that wasn't close combat specifically with Solgaleo. And Solgaleo was fantastic that game. Oh my god. Wow. I will take it. One more win, and we win the title. We play either Owen or Patmac. They have not played their game at the time of this recording, and I'm hoping that, honestly, I want to play Patmac because I haven't played him yet for this league. I don't play Owen because Owen's team is very, very scary, but we did beat him once before. It was with a different team, and at the same time, we had webs with, I think it was Charger Bug, and now we have webs with Cutiefly. Maybe not the best combination there, considering it's like a waste of a Pokemon in the matchup there, but it is what it is. I want to give a big thank you to our YouTube channel members. We have 5 of them, so shout out to our level 1s. We have Liv, Eric, and Zeke, our level 2 Tone, and our level 3 Sully. They all click the join button to become YouTube channel members, getting access to exclusive content, access to the little join bar, not the join bar, what am I talking about? The little icon next to their name, and they get access to, well, the team builders for certain leagues as well. So guys, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, leave a like, comment, subscribe, comment the secret word of the day. Thank you to everyone in the front office for giving me a hand with this. Specifically, we had mocks from Incog, Tiger, and Aquarius, all for the help there. A Tone stepped in and gave us a couple suggestions as well. I think Hayes might have done too. And Patmac, I don't know if Patmac stepped in, but he's in call watching this right now anyways. So yeah, guys, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you in the finals.